Hello everyone, welcome in. Today is March 13th, 2024, and today is day 63 of 100 Days, 100 Ways, Trails Taken. So we are still on Else, and we have a new guidepost. So it is Stars and Constellations. So the question for today is, are you familiar with the night sky? Yes or no? And if yes, what is your favorite star or constellation? There's a lot of them to choose from. Okay, so are you familiar with the night sky? And do you have a favorite star or a favorite constellation? Or maybe a couple of them? Yes, I'm familiar with the night sky. When I was a child, I used to sleep outside from when, let me see, oh man, like maybe 8 years old. I would sleep out on the back balcony, so nobody could come and get me or anything. It was very close to the house. I would sleep in a lounge chair with a sleeping bag and stare up at the sky all night watching shooting stars. There wasn't a lot of satellites going by back in those days, which is interesting and a little bit disturbing now because the sky is like continuously moving. I still completely love to watch stars and right from sunset, the moonrise. The first star, wishing upon a star, maybe that was like my thing, right? Starlight, star bright, the first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. Yes, I must have said that hundreds of thousands of times probably. And there's something comforting to me about being under the sky. One of my favorite artwork pieces is Van Gogh's Starry Night. As I mentioned before, I do have that Van Gogh vision, which is a different it's a different topic. But I just have a strong affinity for the stars and for outer space. And I never really thought too much of going there. I would go there now, but just looking up there and imagining and thinking how far away it was. And back in those days, there were a lot more stars in the sky. There was a lot less light pollution, which is very distressing. It's unfortunate. There's probably not a lot of places on the planet that you can go and see an unadulterated sky. It's just pure starlight. But, that's the world we live in. I do believe that we should have those at least once a month where everybody turns off their lights. Every city, everything. If they're worried about crime or any of that stuff, then, put out extra surveillance and people on the streets to make sure everything kind of goes well. Or just do it in a rolling fashion. I don't know. But I appreciate the stars. I appreciate the night sky. And being a child, it gave me the greatest comfort. And my favorite star or constellation, well, I have a couple. My favorite star, I really was having a hard time with this. I think it's Polaris, which is like the North Star, pointing your way home kind of thing. And with that, of course, the Big Dipper, because it points to the North Star. And after, I think it's 13,000 years, our Earth's tilt, the axis, goes back and forth between Polaris and Vega. So the North Star isn't always pointing north because eventually it shifts and it becomes Vega. Which I'm not even sure which star that is when I look up in the sky. I should find that one and make a point of knowing which one that is. There's a lot of really interesting stars, different colors, different intensities, star clusters like the Pleiades, Sirius, like these things they're amazing. And let me see. Cassiopeia, it's shaped like a W. Super easy to find. All these things have mythologies connected to them. So do a little research and check out what they mean. Go outside and look up in the sky. And it seems like there's way more cloudy nights these days for myself because I've always been a star watcher. and I want to go outside and see them. But yeah, too many clouds, too many lights. It's kind of disappointing. The Big Dipper, which I already mentioned, it's super easy to find. It's like blazing in the northern hemisphere. It's like very it stands out, I'd say. There's not a lot of other stars around it to kind of take away from its dipper shape. And as I said, it points to the North Star. I think it's the front part of the dipper. The two stars, if you times that distance by 5, it makes you get to Polaris, something like that. And then the Southern Cross. I've seen the Southern Cross once. In one adventure, when I went to Peru, I saw the Southern Cross. And as I'm sitting there in a bus, we're coming back from a sacred site, and hello cat, and I just had this feeling, and that song came to my mind. When you see the Southern Cross for the first time, and just at that moment, I just had that feeling I was going to see it, and I looked out the window and it was right there. And it was the most exhilarating feeling because it's something I'd never seen before. And, you know, as a star watcher, as a sky gazer, I was really excited to see that. So yeah, head outside and see which ones are important to you. See which ones mean something to you. Yeah, there's a lot of them, and they all have stories. They all have folklore and mythology that go with them. And I think if you look deep enough into it, you will find things that you connect to and stories that you connect to. And maybe these are things from our distant past, and they resonate with us in some way that we can't explain. Okay, I love you, cat, but you need to go down. Go down, sweetheart. Go down. That's a good boy. It resonates with you in some kind of way. And just go check it out, because it's super interesting, and there's some greater connection there where you can just be with the stars, right? You can make stories and imagine how many billions of years have gone by and those stars have been right there looking down upon the earth, right? It's pretty impressive. So anyways, I'm off again. Long days, super satisfying, and I'm extraordinarily grateful. And thank you for joining me again here on Contemplation Station TV. And until tomorrow, be well.